Today in the grain market, beans were a little bit mixed. I think the futures did stabilize a little bit after that sell-off yesterday, but it looks like phase 1D, the deal is not paying off like they would hoped. The traders are really worried that the language is really going to hold up any kind of real buys, and there's a lot of loopholes in there, and that has some traders like kind of wringing their hands and a little bit worried. That's why I see the market kind of stalling out. And here we are at the end of the week, everyone trying to get their footing on their position, especially that we're approaching a long weekend. Anything can happen. We've got geopolitical issues and domestic political issues that definitely can weigh on the markets come Tuesday. So everyone's kind of shoring that up. Corn did rebound after the big dive yesterday. The trade deal language was a big concern from the corn side. It just seems that there's no enforcement of the deal at all, and that's certainly sure to stall the purchases. Now, when you think about that, Brazil has had their own issues where they have got big supplies and the real is a lot cheaper. That makes it a lot more advantageous for China to continue to go to Brazil for their corn and soybeans. That's why it's really weighing on the market. Now, with that big sell-off in corn, we did get some recovery today. We're up double digits, almost 12 cents, which is really promising right now, but we're still waiting to see if we can kind of breach that $4 mark. Until the rest of the details really are revealed, we're not really sure which way this market's going to go. So, and as we look at wheat, the fund buying really did underpin prices a little bit and kind of got it to buoy the market somewhat, because it did have somewhat of a sell-off yesterday. We did see firmness in all three exchanges today. I think that's helping a lot. That big sell-off was because of those that phase 1 deals, and it looked like the wheat was going to be the one that was going to get a lot more of the purchases. Now, that's not necessarily going to happen. We're not sure exactly, but there is some weather issues that is going to be helping the wheat market, as well as the global issues. I think that the tightening down of what's happening in Russia and just the world prices are a little bit lower makes it much more advantageous for the U.S. because the U.S. dollar index is still so very high right now. Makes us difficult to compete, but as prices are coming down around the world, that's going to help certainly the wheat exports and start to move some of that product, and that will help to keep the prices more stable.